for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Appreciate it, Coach. Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants And the Dallas Cowboys backed up to start their first drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. Exceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both. Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
That's taking it around the 40. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Prescott got his man complete over the middle. It's Welch. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, Elliott. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. And the offensive starters for Dallas.
And I think we'll see a renewed sense of urgency out of this team this week because they have to make sure they don't waste this homestand. They had a home game last week, lost it. Now they've got the 2nd straight. They've got to take advantage of it, get a win before they head out on the road.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Well, look now at our starting defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
Throw it. Prescott, a dump off to Elliott. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
30 base.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Steps away. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Now it's Penny. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line.
Got it. Switch. Double time.
Going to give this time to the tailback. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 12. On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
He gets it to Thomas. Defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right, played into their hands. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trey Hendrickson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring out. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long. They'll try and throw for it here. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down, Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Our eyes shift to the defense of the Cowboys now. And let's take a peek at some of the defense. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big pickup of 38.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If nowhere to go here, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, a great play for that defensive unit. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cold nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd and 9 now. Out to his left. He'll try and run it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Ready. 8, read.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. After the incomplete pass, here now is 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Flush to his right. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this one's incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll kick things off with an NFC East battle between two old foes, Philadelphia and Washington. And at the break, it's the Redskins who have the comfortable lead. Dwayne Haskins with 2 first-half touchdown passes. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. 2 touchdown passes there for Mitchell Trubisky. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And for the moment...
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So they got him coming up from his linebacker.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Prescott now. And his throw is incomplete.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass break.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Being chased out left. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here today. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, but with the sack here, no doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll drop the throw, escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
Here we go, here we go.
So the big play gets him across midfield now. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change the launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll them out, bootleg it. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Shoot.
He'll drop to throw. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's out, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. From 10 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game. They feel better about themselves, and now they have a chance to make some more plays.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. Cooper's got it. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wrap down there.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already have what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal. Separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Only a yard on the game, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Prescott. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of dream. This is too easy. Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they? Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Back to throw. Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
24. Ready?
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Now he'll let it go on the run. And that's caught inside the 30.
Let's go. Let's do this.
You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off. And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys are trying not to make a mistake. That often means... And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score. And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them. Rosas now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys were at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I don't want to say that they're complete against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, nowhere to escape it. Down. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out. And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Sack. Quarterback gets hit. After the sack on 1st down, Prescott, his throw incomplete. Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense. It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's going.
He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well. The big them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And this a spectacular one-handed grab there. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.